Welcome everyone to the interview segment at Weekend Career Expo. Here we delve deeper into the corporate world from experts in their fields. It's your host Myra and Zara from the Knowledge Initiative Division, and together we will guide you into deeper knowledge from our amazing speakers.
Okay, so what is IntHERView? IntHERView is a mini content segment by Knowledge Initiatives Division designed with the purpose of increasing awareness and understanding among the public and women in business' social media audience regarding struggles and experiences women have dealt throughout their lives. IntHERView is a gateway to inspire actionable change and equip the next generation of women leaders with the tools to succeed in navigating gender equality and women empowerment in the workplace.
That's true. And have you ever felt like things are better for women these days? I mean, we see more women in leaderships and we're in more conversations and more spaces are being made for us. But somehow it still feels like we're not quite there yet, Some things just don't seem to change no matter how far we have come. And honestly, I'm wondering, why is that?
Yeah, that's true. There are a whole layer of challenges like AI that starts to replace certain jobs, and even how social media shapes the way we see ourselves and other as well. It's just quite a lot, It's not even the same world our moms grew up in. So in a world that's changing this fast, what does it actually mean to grow as a woman in our current age?
Let's talk about it.
Hey guys, I'm Myra or Myra. Currently, I'm a founder and also the CEO of two startups business, which is Sapiara.co and also Healer. Currently, also working for a Google Tech company, and yeah, that's it.
Hai everyone, nama aku Zeni. Saat ini aku bekerja sebagai researcher di Bank Pembangunan. Aku juga aktif mendorong isu-isu inklusi sosial. Salam kenal semua.
Nice to meet you guys.
Okay, controversial questions ya. Tapi aku setuju, memang professional world sudah ditempati oleh banyak perempuan. Tetapi apakah itu ultimate form of equality? Belum tentu. Kita bisa mengkritisi di dunia kerja pun masih banyak diskriminasi gender, bias gender, stereotype terhadap perempuan pekerja, dan itu adalah kita akui memasuki dunia profesional makin banyak perempuan yang bekerja itu adalah satu kemajuan. Tapi fakta bahwa kita masih punya banyak masalah dan tantangan terkait perempuan di dunia profesional itu adalah masalah-masalah yang akan kita harus terus hadapi ke depannya. Jadi true ultimate form of equality belum tentu, tapi itu adalah progres yang perlu kita akui.
We still have a long way to go.
Yes. The structural issues that I like to highlight adalah unequal distribution of domestic work. Jadi gini, kita awalnya di masyarakat kita laki-laki bekerja, perempuan di rumah mengerjakan pekerjaan domestik. Tapi seiring berkembangnya zaman, laki-laki bekerja, perempuan bekerja, tapi peran domestik masih ditempelkan dan diasosiasikan ke perempuan saja. Jadi jatuhnya perempuan double burden dan laki-laki kerja aja secara profesional, tidak mengindahkan pekerjaan domestik. Dan menurutku itu adalah tantangan yang kita nggak boleh tutup mata lagi ya gitu. Kita harus akui kebanyakan ibu-ibu kita di rumah udah kerja di kantor, di rumah tetap ngurus pekerjaan domestik tanpa bantuan dari suaminya gitu. Kita nggak boleh deny, itu banyak terjadi di masyarakat. If that doesn't happen to you, good for you. Tapi di masyarakat kita masih banyak hal yang seperti itu, dan kita harus berani buka isu ini ke publik bahwa mentang-mentang perempuan udah kerja dan masuk ke dunia profesional bukan berarti pekerjaan domestik itu nggak bisa dibagi secara adil untuk perempuan dan laki-laki.
Several examples. Yang pertama adalah there's this kind of like stereotype such as industri yang digeluti perempuan itu kebanyakan di fashion atau di beauty. But why not the same happens for men? Why they're not more in the industry? But also we can also argue the same. Tadi woman at STEM gitu, woman in STEM in tech. Kenapa masih sedikit dibandingkan dengan laki-laki? And then the problem is the advancement of technologies such as, let's say, AI, like right? There are a lot of like deep fakes yang sebenarnya itu targeting women, unfortunately. And then the way that the tech model is built and being developed are actually surrounded around men or male rather than the woman. So it's very underrepresented. So the model itself working and learning around male instead of woman. So again, there's a deep fakes, and also the model itself not built around the woman. Again, not only underrepresented, but in a sense also making us kind of like scared in a way to partake. And I think as a woman entrepreneur myself, there's also this cognitive dissonance where if I came out too strong, it's probably because, I don't know, maybe she's emotional, maybe she's not chill. But sometimes it's like, those also comes out with the way that somehow I think we need to improve not only in the technology itself, but the way that the people and the social kind of like have this notion of if you guys come out strong and you're a woman, then maybe you just have like kayak bitterness in that regards. And I think there's a lot of nuances in that, but yeah, a lot of stuff happens. I think it depends on how you use the technology itself. I think again, it's very contextual in a sense, but maybe I want to share, there's an example. So there's this one journalist, American journalist called Karen Howe, if I'm not mistaken, and she's kind of like the female journalist among the tech industry covering AI. And yeah, it was like very rare already. And then she kind of like have this interview with one of the Venezuela woman. Jadi kayak ada orang Venezuela ini, dia tuh harus buka laptop atau komputernya, lari-lari tiap pagi untuk bisa klik satu task, karena di negara mereka itu lagi krisis ekonomi dan semakin banyak job freelance itu seputar AI yang mereka itu harus klik dulu tasknya. Jadi can you imagine how that gonna be affecting their mental and well-being as well? But the task itself kind of like not just the task that you can get easy money out of it, but it's also a task about content moderation. Jadi maybe they are exposed with the type of contents that are very harmful, let's say sexual abusive or like sexual assault kind of things, and bullying and etc. And yeah, I mean, we nowadays can use the technology itself, but there are also some underdeveloped and underprivileged people who also working non-stop, clocking non-stop time to make it happen. And most of them are like vulnerable people and women, unfortunately.
Thank you so much for sharing, making us aware of that.
Yeah.
Aku boleh ini nggak add to that?
Of course.
Yeah.
Actually, there's this interesting book namanya Invisible Women. It's about a bias that data has among so many industry, governance, public policy, medical health, bahwa data-data yang kita gunakan untuk bekerja di industri itu mengusung adalah bias gender, sangat berorientasi kepada pemikiran laki-laki dan meninggalkan perspektif perempuan. Thus that create those disadvantages yang teknologi maju, apa-apa maju tapi perempuannya ketinggalan gitu ya. Also listen to Taylor Swift, The Man, itu kayak resonate with what you said gitu ya. Kalau laki-laki gampang banget lah gitu.
Iya,
Kalau kita harus tergopoh-gopoh untuk jalan gitu. Apa yang akan terjadi ke depannya bagi perempuan dan gimana menghadapinya, pasti mirip dengan apa yang tadi Myra udah sampein. Kita punya technological advancement, industri semakin maju, energi semakin bertransisi ke energi terbarukan dan hal-hal lainnya. Tapi itu semua tidak akan benefiting semua bagian dari society, masyarakat, kalau kita melupakan perspektif perempuan. Makanya kita harus tetap dorong partisipasi perempuan di industri, partisipasi perempuan di STEM, tadi di energi, dan segala industri yang masih male dominated itu membutuhkan representasi dan kepentingan perempuan di sana gitu. Jadi kalau dunia kita maju, pastikan jangan cuma laki-laki yang ngerasain kemajuannya, tapi perempuan juga ikut mendapatkan manfaatnya. Louder. Kalau ngomongin tantangan sistem atau isu struktural, kita nggak bisa tacklingnya dengan solusi individu gitu. Jadi kalau ngomongin ya perempuan di dunia kerja mengalami gender pay gap, terus nggak bisa tuh kita ngomong berarti kamu money managementnya harus belajar lagi ya, itu kan tidak nyambung gitu kan. Jadi kalau kita ngomongin ya kita punya struktural issue yang sangat mengakar dan sistematis, berarti solusinya pun harus sistematis, membangun gerakan melalui berbagai organisasi, engaging multi-stakeholder, government, non-government, CSO, business, apalah itu, womenpreneurs, semuanya harus terkonsolidasi dalam satu badan, dalam satu organisasi, dan bersuara untuk mengubah dan menekan perubahan di struktur gitu.
Controversial question.
Controversial. Itu menjadi hook ya, controversial.
Of course, yeah, I'm in favor as long as AI used as a tool, not means to an end. And then, of course, if the AI is kind of like built around the ethical as well, I think it's very useful in some sense. For example, maybe for tracking the menstrual of a woman's cycle, we use AI, right? I think every one of us right now, if we have this phone, smartphone, we have that one app. And the second one is about if I use it on my daily job or task as a founder. I do that for content creation. Obviously, AI has been a huge help, and even like to help me schedule things, even meetings, taking notes and everything. So yeah, it's very helpful, but I'm not in favor of AI if, again, it jeopardizes the humanity, if it's, for the wrong things, and if it's harmful, obviously.
Okay, so you mentioned before that the AI is still built on male model, is it? And how do you try to work around that as a female founder? And you mentioned that you also like leading an eco-conscious clothing business called Myra. And aside from the things that you have mentioned, how do you use this technological development, maybe other than AI, to help grow or scale your business? And how do you get around that kind of barrier for women in a male modeled AI?
Okay, I'm sensing there are two different questions. So the first one about the technical latest of AI. I by no means an AI expert, so maybe I cannot talk more about it, but as far as the data and news shows that it is dominated from the modeling, created and built and also developed from the male perspective, and also from the male machine learning as well. The second question, maybe I can talk more about it. So I think coming from like the hyper local nuances as a female entrepreneur here, I would say AI really helps me in terms of, again, creating the content, and helps me to understand, oh, this is the good trends that are now trendy. And maybe when we talk about the eco-conscious movement, there's also a lot of like greenwashing, a lot of like other multifaceted issues around it, and AI helps me to kind of like pick and choose which are the one that's facts or just the marketing jargons or and whatnot. So
It really expedite the process.
one of it, yeah, but to be honest, currently our operations still not using AI, but in terms of maybe tracking the the carbon waste and those kind of things, yeah, using AI because it's easier and it's also like more transparent as well. I believe that we actually already have the things that we have. What is it in Indo ya? Kayak kita sebenarnya udah punya yang kita punya gitu. So I think we are resourceful more than we think. So just use that. Don't wait around until people are nowadays using AI and for like trivial reasons such as becoming the second search engine. Let's not do that, guys. Let's use AI for like betterment of making the machine learn better and learn about yourself and help you as a tool rather than making you feel obsolete. What women can do, obviously, learn how can you take part in a community. And if the community sounds so big and sounds so far-fetched to you right now, let's just start small from your own peers and then talk more about your own community as in your peer groups and maybe in your family, then goes larger to kind of like an organization, then the nation, then international. So I think just start to think bigger than yourself. Start to think that if not you, then who else? And what are you really creating in this world? You have all the chances in the world. You have the resources. You have all the education that you have right now. Just seeing this reels or video actually gonna help you to learn a lot, or maybe like one or two from us. So I think this also like an educational part. So we don't have any excuse of like, I'm lacking resources in this era. I'm lacking resources of like good mentors. No, guys, you definitely have those. So just be mindful, take a look everywhere, and just start asking questions and be curious.
Yeah, but in terms of our readiness, how well equipped are we? Like, how optimistic are you looking in the future for us? Like, are we ready to face all of this?
Ready? Unfortunately, no. Because I think there are a lot of like, kind of like, I wouldn't say regression, but more of like, maybe there's this resistance of change. So I think until we can say, okay, change is fine and we can adapt and be flexible around it, then I don't think we're ready for any change at all. So how can we better equip? Start from yourself. I cannot tell someone else what to do, right? You just have to start seeing within yourself and be mindful of your surroundings. How can you participate in that?
Thank you.
Can I have to say?
Okay,
Yeah, of course.
Actually, the way you say it got me remembered about this one lecturer. Her name is Ibu Karlina Sepeli.
Oh, I know.
She's a philosopher, astronomy. Yeah. She taught me in philosophy class. I took
Lucky.
one. Yeah, so lucky to meet her in person and virtually. I took her class di Komunitas Salihara, and she taught us that. She also mentioned this like years later in a podcast that I also listened to.
What is it, the end game?
Yeah, the Endgame podcast.
I think I've heard that one.
Yeah, when I signed up on her classes like 2019 something before pandemic hit, and she told me and the other student in the class that educated people, mereka itu berpikir di luar empat tembok yang mengelilingi diri dia. Jadi seorang individu tadi resource-nya banyak, edukasinya ada, kuliahnya di UI gitu kan. How lucky are you gitu. Apalagi yang kamu butuhin as an educated people. But what makes you excel and different adalah kamu memikirkan di luar empat tembok kamu dan apa kontribusi kamu buat masyarakat gitu. Do you help the people? Do you uplift their welfare? Do you like empower your community? Orang-orang yang tidak seberuntung kamu untuk kuliah di UI gitu. Bukan menjadi savior kompleks, tapi justru menjadi kritik kepada diri kita sendiri. Aku bisa kuliah dengan dibiayai dan didukung oleh orang tuaku, tapi jutaan perempuan tuh nggak bisa kayak aku. Jadi aku harus apa biar bukan cuman aku yang beruntung di dunia ini.
Yeah,
That's like so a powerful message from her that I'd like to amplify. Thank you for sharing as well.
Oh, this is so nice. Thank you for sharing.
what really helps me and I think will also help others adalah mentor yang reachable. Karena kita bisa punya mentor, tapi kalau kita nggak bisa ajak ngobrol, kita bingung sendiri gitu. So I'm trying my best to be that kind of person as well buat adik tingkat aku yang meneruskan di organisasi dan lain-lain. Tapi yang pasti punya seseorang untuk kita look up to, kita seek advice to, itu sesuatu yang sangat berguna ketika kita mau jadi seorang perempuan yang mau bikin perubahan ya, mau punya dampak di kehidupan kita. Adalah punya mentor yang bisa kamu tanya-tanya, yang bisa kamu curhatin gitu. Mungkin nggak harus hal-hal besar kayak aku mau membangun partai gitu, nggak harus kayak gitu. Mungkin kayak aku tadi di kantor ngerasain gini gitu, what should I do, padahal aku pengen banget loh bikin inovasi di kantor ini gitu kan, misalnya kayak gitu. So if you have one, you're so lucky, but if you don't have one, be one.
Yeah, that's very inspiring. Okay, maybe I have like sedikit contekan guys, because I feel like this is like an overarching kind of like answer. So I'm gonna start for the individuals. Let's just start with ourselves. Believe that you can also make an impact or do something. Again, not for the gratitude, not for like the hurrah and also like the claps, but you know, start small. Educate yourself. Believe in what you're doing. And never stop improving. Hopefully to see more women as panelists in this sort of events, please, and you know, and other stages as well, of course. As much as there are men being invited to talk, I hope to see there are more Nobel Prizes winners that are coming from female, because currently, you know what, guys, it's like 73% are male, and then only 7% is women. So. And even that 7%, it's more in the literature and the peace category. So I think hopefully there are more in economics and in STEM as well. There are two other ones for organizations. I hope things to change, either for private or for public. I hope the organizations pay attention for fair opportunities, obviously. Promotion based on merits rather than gender bias, of course, and then more quota for women making decisions and in the leadership positions as well. You know, maybe have a stronger power in funding and giving more to the society, because I think if we don't have the equal place, how can we do something about it? And the last one for the government. Obviously, guys, please better policy in across the education through more scholarships addressing the women in STEM. I think it's very important right now. Of course, I think what's also important is the government to create more training, especially for the working moms, let's say, or the underprivileged moms in the, I would say, the indigenous population as well, untouched. So yeah, I think that's all. Think beyond the unthinkable.
I think for the girls, you're gonna run the world.
Yeah. Run the world.
Girls. Yes.
Thank you, Kak Myra and Kak Zeni. Please give us a goodbye to the camera.